So you're used to being on the other side of this.
Yes.
How does this feel?
It feels okay. Seeing this store on the other side of kind of like the camera is a little different.
You kind of live here.
Yeah, this is like my second home.
How did you find yourself in this world?
I started working at a sneaker store, my first job, when I was 16. With like 10 of my close friends. I was like the lowest salesman on the totem pole, and then when I started my career, even after college, I went back and was like the manager of the store. And then, so I've always kind of been in it.
I mean, how does a place like this compare to the sneaker store you worked in at 16?
No comparison, none. This is literally, you could go through people's childhood and see how rare the sneakers are. So many sneakers have stories here, and it's one of the rare places in the world where if a shoe has escaped you for decades, you could find them.
Let's go way back for a second to how the sneaker culture started. What was the origin of all of this?
You could go back to Run DMC and the Adidas Superstar. They had a concert and they held it up in the air, and it was like a big moment for the sneaker community, but maybe not as big of a moment to the outside people looking in. It was basically rooted in kind of hip hop and graffiti culture and the downtown areas of New York City.
I mean, you talked about Run DMC, but what about my favorite, the Jordans?
There's no signature line that has beat Jordan yet. The Jordan line, it's at 33 models, I think. A lot of people love, 1 through 8 or 1 through 14.
Go back to the retro stuff.
Yeah, of course, the retros, they never die. The Jordan 4s, which is considered like a really big classic. He made the shot over Craig Elo in the 1989 Eastern Conference playoffs, and a lot of kids don't know about the history of how good he was on court.
Right,
they only know him through the shoes, but the shoes are so good that they kind of check both boxes.
Back in the day, the people who knew this and loved it knew it and loved it, but it was a pretty niche, kind of out there culture. How much has the rise of social media changed this whole game?
Sneaker culture, in terms of social media, just like anything else, social media has helped really pour gasoline on the fire.
Yeah, and I mean, is that what you credit with bringing it from this niche culture into the mainstream? Or how did it get from that select few folks that really knew it and were in it to now everybody's jumping in?
It was a mix of things. You really can't just credit one thing. You could credit brands competing for endorsers in the biggest spots, the Grammys, making sure that an artist is wearing their new collaboration. You could credit the athletes designing tons and tons of signature models. LeBron is over 15 models, and KD is up there, and Kobe and Jordan, like I said, 33 models. James Harden for Adidas has a bunch of models. So it's not just one thing that blew it up. It was kind of this mix of things.
Sweet. Well, can we do a little shopping?
This is why we're here, right?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
This place is dangerous, man. I need to keep myself on a budget.
So now this is the hard part for you. So Jordan 1s, we have the original Chicago Jordan 1s, the black and red Jordan 1s. These are a shoe that burst onto the scene, changed sneaker culture forever.
I love like a crispy white with a little something extra.
Little flair, yeah.
A little flair. I love that. These are the kinds of shoes you launch a network with.
True.
These are the kinds of shoes you flex with.
And make sure there's a sneaker cam when the network launches. Make sure you pan down and get the sneakers as soon as day one of the network launches.
Oh, it's already in the director's notes.
Good,
yeah.
good.
This is where I start to have a meltdown.
Your life could change based on the decisions you make here today.
It's true. These are life-changing decisions, and come on,
I love those. Don C. Chanel Jordan 2s.
That is so pretty.
Very pristine leather.
We talked about how much I love the classic, the nostalgia, the vintage stuff.
And the cool thing about this is it's almost weathered material. So
right.
A lot of times we're always taught, don't mess up your shoes, don't mess up your shoes. I'm here, I'm going on record. A little scuff doesn't hurt every now and again, and I feel like this material could look even better with some scuffs in it. Classic Jordan 3s. Yep.
Classic.
Fire reds.
And this is also has a bunch of history, like we talked about, right?
Definitely, yeah. One of the most iconic silhouettes of the Jordan line and sneakers in general.
All right, let's try this. I think I've been staring at these since I walked in. I could barely do our interview because I was a little distracted. So
you're making the right choice.
This might be it. This might be it.
Love it.
The shoes to launch a network.
Yes.
I think we did it. I think I'm finally going to do it.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.